Hi, I'm Pyroha. Today I'll be hopping on the bandwagon and we'll be cutting the ARK roster in half. You may have seen this trend a while ago. People tend to do it with class-based or fighting games, but I thought it'd be fun to do the same for ARK. I went through and counted off creatures based on some criteria and decided on 173 creatures I'd be considering in this exercise. And by the end of this video, half of them will be gone. I won't be going in depth on every decision, but I'll try to explain myself at least briefly for each choice made. There are no boss creatures in this pool, as well as no variants, meaning all wyverns count as one entry, Gigantopithecus and Yeti are the same entry, and so on. Finally, I'm not too familiar with the new creatures brought in by ASA, so while they are included, my decisions on them are pretty shaky, but I might have also forgotten some or included some that are actually modded creatures. I'm using Dododex as my research for what creatures to include, so I have to do some interpretation here. Okay, one last thing before we move on, I swear. I gotta admit, I'm a little nervous to say this. It feels like I'm selling my soul to the YouTube devils or something by doing it. Should I just... Okay, can I go ahead and say it? Okay, I'm gonna say it. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Here goes nothing. Okay. Did you know that less than 0.6% of you guys who watch my videos are actually subscribed? Let's bring those numbers up. Make sure to subscribe and ring that bell. Smash that like button, share it around. Jump in the comment section and tell me how much you like this video. Oh, what the fuck am I doing? Okay. Sorry to get silly there, but seriously, I'd really love if you guys could subscribe in addition to leaving comments and likes. It's zero commitment, you can unsubscribe later if I do something you hate, and it costs you one mouse click, whereas it means a lot to me. Anyway, without further ado, here's how me and my friends would cut the ARK creature roster in half. So, we'll start with Akatina.
Oh, fucking keep.
Feel like it's somewhere. I feel like it's.
Is that a snail?
Yes.
Yeah, the snail.
We'll keep it. What does it contribute?
Hold on.
Cementing paste. Also, it's cute. You can have a helmet as its shell.
Make an Allosaurus.
Okay.
I don't know if we need to keep them because I don't feel like they do anything like purposefully more like effectively or like fill any niche that other things don't.
Yeah, that's where I am with it. It's like a Carno 2.
So I think we can safely put the Allo in remove.
Yeah.
A Margosaurus. I'm not gonna lie, I think it can go. Technically it has a unique use in that it speeds up sap production, but that's so
But who cares?
niche.
That's so niche. Yeah.
I don't, and like nobody
Just get another sap tap.
Yeah,
or
nobody
whatever.
tames those things anyway. Like, they're so obnoxious.
Yeah.
Ammonite.
Yeah.
The only thing I use them for is black pearls. They're really good for getting black pearls. But
Yeah.
I feel like there's other creatures that are better for that, and like Ammonite Bile, yeah, it's technically a unique thing, but I don't think it's ever like used. Maybe in PvP. there's
Yeah, I was
some
gonna say maybe
application.
in PvP, but
I think for us as PvE players, I don't think it needs to stay. I think we can get rid of it. Andrew Sarkis.
remove.
Yeah, I'm not attached to this thing. They're
Reasoning,
like
yeah.
annoying to tame, and they're not even like that cool. Like apparently they're really good, but like I don't care about them. I'd never use them.
Yeah.
Anglerfish. I think we need to keep.
Yeah, we need to keep that.
It makes silica farming actually bearable, and also angler gel is pretty great.
And also, even without all of the use it has, there's so few like sea creatures, water dweller.
We're gonna need to
creatures.
keep some water
Yeah.
creatures here. I feel like we don't even need to discuss.
Yeah, that's no
Anki's
question.
being
Anki's
kept,
staying.
obviously. Aranio. I like having them in caves because there needs to be something for chitin farming. Granted,
But-
I feel like they're just worse.
Yeah.
Like vanilla, they're just worse scorpions.
I will say, there's also not a lot of arachnids.
Right. We can come back
Personally,
to it.
I would want to. Yeah, we can leave undecided.
Archaeopteryx. I like these guys, but in the base game, they don't really do a whole lot. I know there's strategies with them. I know some people use them for tech cave chasing. I bet there is use, but I feel like it wouldn't be missed, you know what I mean? Archelon. This is now a thing in ASA, but it was a modded creature in ASE from ARK Editions.
I don't know this one.
Basically, it's like a Bacillo, but slightly to the left and probably a little better. Personally, I don't think we need to keep it.
Yeah, I think tossing it.
I would be okay with getting rid of this one.
We know this next one.
Oh yeah, I feel like RG kind of has.
RG is a must-have.
It's too iconic. You can't.
It's
get rid
too
of the
iconic.
RG.
It's too valuable.
You can't get rid of the RG. Okay, this is another ASA. This is a Bob's Tall Tales exclusive, so I actually have never played with this. It's the Armadago from Extinction.
It's a Tall Tale exclusive.
So remove it.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. Arthropleura. Okay. Here's where I'm going to end up disagreeing with a lot of people. I think that creatures that challenge you for just staying on your mount for safety are healthy for the game. I do realize this thing is really annoying.
I see where you're going with that. This also goes for the Aranio, for my opinion. There's also not a lot of cave creatures. And
Yeah,
also
that's
I do like the challenge they add.
I
This
kind
doesn't
of
apply to us, but they
in
also have
PvP.
unique rules in PvP,
Yeah, I honestly I would be okay keeping them,
Okay.
especially because if you have like a crossbow or a gun, it's not too hard to take care of them. In
Yeah,
cave
they're not too hard, but if they catch you off guard, then you are heavily punished.
Yeah, I think it's a nice skill check.
Yeah.
Astrocetus. These guys are really cool for the atmosphere of the game, but they don't provide a whole lot. I've heard that in PvP they're kind of crazy.
They're a siege creature like the Titanosaur, right?
Yeah, I know, because like the Astrocetus and Astrodelphus, they both kind of fill the same like atmospheric purpose. I want to get rid of one and keep the other. I'm leaning towards getting rid of the Astrodelphus and keeping Astrocetus. I think
That makes sense, yeah. Because the Astrodelphus, while it can fly permanently, it can be replaced with just any other flyer.
Yeah. I mean, also in PvP, I've heard that they're really annoying to fight against. And then, like,
that makes sense.
And then, like,
they have
in
jetpacks,
PvE,
right?
Yeah, they have, like...
Or thrusters.
They have the thrusters, and then they have, like, grenade launchers and, like, laser guns and shit. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, flying Andrewsarchus.
But then in PvE, they're literally just a fast flying thing, which is
They're
like...
just a little guy.
Just get a Tropio or a Maywing or, like, anything else that's fast. Like,
Yeah.
I think you're fine. I think
Safely
we can
toss
remove
those.
that. Tac drones, I fucking hate these things.
I hate them. I think remove.
Remove. Baryonyx, I want to keep this thing.
Yeah.
I think it's unique enough, like, not crazy powerful, so it's like, I think it's in a good spot. It can be kind of annoying, but I think it's fine.
The stun is a really nice ability to have, but also terrifying.
Basilisk, they're really cool, but when's the last time you tamed a Basilisk?
I see where you're going with that. For me, I like as in wild, as like an ambush predator.
So I wouldn't mind keeping these. They're also like, they have, I mean, granted, it's just the Titanoboa taming, but big scale.
But big, yeah.
Bacillo, I think these are way too iconic to get rid of.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And also their taming is like, it's not too niche, because it's just like a passive tame, but it has that extra little level on top of it.
It's
to
not...
make it more iconic.
Beelzy, I think we can pretty safely keep this one. Everyone likes the frog.
I think it's the only frog.
Yeah,
Unless I'm
I
forgetting
think
one.
you're right. I think you're right. Insect swarms. I don't even think we need to talk about that one. Bloodstock. I really want to keep these. These guys are awesome. Their taming is unique. They're so much fun to use. They're a little power creepy.
Unique in general.
Yeah, they're just really interesting. Like, I'm never upset when I get killed by a Bloodstalker. I'm like, I don't feel like cheated out. They're just kind of spooky. Bronto. Like them, but also I feel like they cause a bunch of lag on servers. I feel like the Bronto and the Parasaur kind of step on each other's toes a little bit. So I feel like we need to.
For sure.
I feel like we need to keep one and remove the other. I feel like Bronto is the one we keep in that situation.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's more iconic. There's not really anything else on that size. No herbivores, at least.
Bulb Dog. I feel like we need to keep these. I feel like it's the only way to get into the blue zone on Aberration.
It's the only early level glow pet.
Yeah, I feel
so
like
I agree with you.
It's too important. Carbonemus. I understand on PvP they're like good like disposable turret soakers, but I feel like there's other things that can do that. PvE players just like you don't tame these really.
The only thing I can even think of for their use is like killing them early for a little bit of keratin.
Also, their saddle, you need cementing paste to get their saddle, but you don't learn cementing paste for like another couple levels. So Karchars, this is another interesting one. Another case of two creatures where I want to keep one and get rid of the other. The Giga is iconic, but now with the Karchar existing, if we wanted to keep an Apex Predator, it would be the Karchar, not the Giga.
I agree entirely. They're both super painful to tame. The Karchar's is unique instead of a number check.
Right.
And also it looks terrifying.
Okay, we have 14 kept and 13 cut. That's where we're at right now.
Pretty even so far.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought it would be a lot harder to find ones to remove, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Carno. I feel like these are pretty iconic. I would want to keep these.
Yeah, and we already said remove Allosaur. I feel like they're the same niche.
Right. Beavers. We gotta keep the beaver.
Yeah. They have a lot of niches. Tamed
they
or
do
untamed.
So much in the game because tamed, you know, you get all the wood stuff. And then
automated
wild,
wood.
You get the beaver dams.
Even if you never tame one, you're like, these are nice.
Yeah. Ceratosaurus. This is another ARK Editions one that became official in ASA. Personally, they're awful. I hate them. We're getting rid of them.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
I don't know them.
They're annoying to tame. They're like one of the fastest land creatures. Like I think they're faster than galleys. They're kind of power creepy and like not really fun to be on the receiving end of a wild one. Calicotherium. So this is weird. I like them. I think they're cool. I like that they make beer have a use in like PvE, but at the same time, I feel like I wouldn't miss if they were gone.
Yeah.
I think we can safely toss the Calicotherium. Nidaria. I hate fighting these things, but I feel like we need to keep them because of biotoxin.
Yeah.
I think you have to keep these. Okay, sorry. I have my audio muted for that. Koala. Shut the fuck up. Coelacanth.
I feel like remove just because of the saber-toothed salmon. I like how iconic they are, but
they're iconic.
They're just like,
but I feel
they're just
like
a downgrade. You know?
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like they can just be replaced by the other two fish. All right, compies. I don't think we need to keep these. They don't really do much.
They're so worthless. They're just like another little pest early on.
Yeah, I don't feel like they do a whole lot. I mean, they're good for hide early, I guess, but I mean, like, there's so many other things.
Yeah, there's like dodos, dilos. There's so much else that you can.
Yeah.
That filled that same niche.
All right, here's another Bob's Tall Tales exclusive. I feel like that tells you everything you need to know.
Oh my god, the jumping spider is an exclusive.
Yeah, it's basically, it like sits on your wrist and you use it to swing like a Bloodstalker, but like as your person, like as a shoulder mount.
Oh, that's cool, but remove.
It's on Aberration as well, so like it's cool, but at the same time, it's like it's inherently pay to win. All right, I'm lumping every single wyvern into one entry. So, I feel like we need to keep wyverns. I feel like that's too iconic. You can't get rid of wyverns.
It's way too iconic.
You can't just remove wyverns, right?
That'd break multiple maps.
Daedons. So, yeah, I feel like
they're so iconic.
They're iconic.
Maybe not iconic as much, but they fill a niche nothing else does.
Right.
And that makes them iconic.
Except, I guess, snow owls, technically, but, like...
Oh, yeah, I guess snow owls.
You can take Daedons into bosses. You can't take snow owls into bosses. I kind of think they're... In my opinion, I think they're a little buggy, but I feel like it's to the point where, like, it's not so bad that you have to get rid of them. I feel like
it's not like, game-breaking.
Right. Deathworms. I feel like these are too cool.
Yeah, they're too iconic.
And then also... your only way to get black pearls on Scorched Earth.
Yeah, it's your only way to get what? Black pearls,
Deathworm
leech
horns.
blood, deathworm horns, obviously.
And,
There's something else.
I mean, the best way to get XP.
Oh yeah, XP as well.
Oh, I think technically you can get angler gel and biotoxin from them.
Yeah, those were the ones I was missing. I feel like they kind of just threw all the strange resources on it.
Well, specifically
Earth,
the strange sea resources.
Oh, yeah.
Defense units. So, I don't hate these guys. I'm just not really attached to them. Like, I wouldn't miss them. I feel bad getting rid of attack drones and defense units, which is why I'm kind of hesitant. I kind of want to wait and just see how our numbers
I think
look.
undecided for now.
Deinonychus. Deinons are great. I wouldn't hate if we got rid of them.
I don't have a strong feeling on them, to be honest.
I feel like this is another one we can sit and wait.
Yeah.
Deinosuchus. This is another Arc Editions one. I like these guys, but I don't feel like they do anything super crazy. They open their jaw and then they have one big, like, snapping attack. I don't feel like they add anything that, like, Sarcos and Capros don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe keep it over Sarcosuchus, but
I don't know, I kind of like Sarcos, I'm not gonna lie.
What about them? They're just like...
One of the things I like the most is that if you attack with them, they, like, spin around. So, like...
Oh, they have the death roll, yeah.
Well, that, but I mean, also, like, if you attack and you're, like, looking at the thing's tail, it'll, like, flip around so that you don't have to, like...
yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine
You thoroughly convinced me.
Desmodus. I always get one of these, but it's because I have to. So
yeah, I think
want to
remove
them.
It's so power creepy.
So the thing that angers me about Desmodus is that on the map where you have realms, where you can't bring a flyer, and that's like a whole thing about the realms, and it makes exploring the realms interesting. They give you a complete workaround to it, and that's like also fucking Sanguine Elixir, dude. What the hell?
Yeah, Sanguine Elixir and...
Dilos. I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna say.
I don't feel like they add a bunch to the game, but they're iconic, so it would be hard to get rid of them.
Excluding, like, compies, they're the smallest, least threatening carnivore.
Yeah, you need to have a canon event for new players.
Yeah, it's
of getting destroyed by a Dilo.
Yeah.
Also, like Arthros, they're a skill check, because if you know how to dodge the poison venom, they're
literally
really not
you just sidestep them, and then like one arrow or one spear thrown is like enough usually.
Yeah, it's a skill check, which I think is...
It's a skill check.
I think it's good. Dimetrodon. I like these guys, but I feel like I never tamed them.
They're so cool, and they fill a niche, but...
Well,
wow.
Here's the thing. They fill a niche technically.
Yeah.
You know what else provides insulation near them that I know we're going to keep?
Structures, air conditioning.
Well, yes,
fires.
but I was going to say specifically creatures. There's two, actually.
The otter.
The otter was one of them, but also penguins.
Oh, I forgot penguins too as well. Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get this out of the way, because we're going to keep penguins. Let's be real.
We're keeping those.
So,
organic polymer insulation.
Yeah, but I mean,
Funky
why would
little
you
guys.
keep the Dimetrodon when you have the penguin?
Exactly.
Dimorphodons. Again, it's one of those creatures that I really like, but I would not hate if they were gone.
Yeah, I love them. They're cool atmosphere, but like, there's not much they do.
Yeah, I kind of want to put them in undecided because I feel like they could stay, but
yeah, I'm okay with that.
Dinopithecus. I don't play a lot of Lost Island. My only
neither.
experience with Dinopithecus is on the Sunken World map. Fucking annoying on that map. I always die to them. They're so bad. The whole thing that they can do is that when they're tamed, they can throw grenades for you, which is like kind of cool. But
that's
like,
cool, but you can throw them yourself, man.
But like, there's so many other climbers that I don't feel like we need to keep them. Diplocalus. I really like these. I want to keep them.
I'm good keeping them. They do something I don't think any other creature does. Right.
It's a really good way to early go and do dives, and also they kill trilobites really quickly, which is
that's nice.
It's kind of nice. I mean, it's a good way to get some like chitin and oil without going into too dangerous spots. So I think it's a good one to keep. Diplodocus, whatever the fuck.
Man, I like them, but I'm not attached to them.
Yeah, the whole like bus saddle is like cool, but when's the last time you got 11 people A on an ARK server and B on the same Diplo?
Yeah.
Like,
and
that's
then
never happening.
And then even if you have that, a Bronto or a Parasaur with a platform saddle with 10 chairs strapped on top, like, does the same thing.
Exactly.
Technically, the Diplo runs way faster than those two.
True,
Because
but-
it fucking, like, skips or some shit. I don't feel like there's...
Yeah.
Dire Bear. I feel like we need to keep these.
Yeah.
Don't feel like there's a lot of discussion. I mean...
Yeah, there's not a lot of discussion.
Honey is great. And then also just, like, they're really solid.
They also have a lot of stuff they can harvest.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Moss Chops and Theres.
Dire Wolves. I also feel like I want to keep these.
Yeah.
I feel like
I'm good
they're-
keeping them.
I don't think I need to explain why we're keeping
Yeah.
those. They're
That's-
they're iconic. They're early game hide and meats and basic kibble eggs. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no reason not to keep them. Dodacris.
They're iconic, and there's not really anything else that fills their niche.
I think the only other stone gatherers are like gachas on Extinction, and then I guess Textriders with that one thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess technically Magmasaurs.
But Magmasaurs are more of a metal harvester, right?
Yeah, but my point being, like, the replacements are, like, DLC.
Higher tier.
I don't really know anything about this creature. Apparently it's
What is that?
It's called the Dreadmare. It's from ASA.
Toss it.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck it is. It's on Scorched Earth or something. I don't know.
Pegasus Unicorn from ASA, we can safely get rid of that. I'm sure it's cool, but...
Dreadnoughtus. So not only is Dreadnoughtus a ASA exclusive, it's not Bob Saltails. Anyone can get these. But I've heard a lot of people on my YouTube posts said that these are really unpleasant, and I have not played with them. I don't feel like they're essential.
Okay. Just gonna go ahead and do that. Dunkleosteus. I like them. They serve a niche, but also, when's the last time you tamed a Dunkleosteus?
Literally never. Not once.
I would not hate if they left, but I do want to keep them, so I think we should put them in undecided for now.
I lump them together with Megalodon.
Electrophorus. Unlike Nidaria, these things are annoying but don't provide anything useful. So
Yeah.
I feel like we could get rid of the eel.
Yeah, I feel like if they had something only they did, then it would be
Yeah.
different.
Enforcer. I love these guys.
Yeah, I love them. I didn't say this earlier with the defense unit. I lump the enforcers and the defense units together, like mentally.
Yeah.
They fill similar niches.
I mean,
I know
you
they
can't-
function differently.
Yeah,
but
you can't tame the defense units at all.
you can build them. Do you want to decide defense unit right now?
Yeah, I feel like if we're keeping Enforcer, I don't think we need to keep defense unit.
Yeah, like they're cool. They're like a bulkier version that's untamable, but like they fill the same niche like as like a tech creature.
Right. Equus. I never tame these, but I feel like I want to keep them.
I tame them a lot. I really enjoy them.
I don't tame them only because unless you have carrots, these things take so long to tame.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to put them in keep.
Okay.
But I like all the niches they fill. You don't need a saddle to ride them, but you can make the saddle, which is nice.
Yeah.
They have the kick attack, which does torpor, the mortar and pestle.
Yeah, and like some of the best stamina efficiency out of any creature in the game.
Yeah, and also they let you make lassos, don't you? If you have the saddle,
Yeah,
which is weird. I've never used them,
lasso.
but
I guess it's kind of cute.
it's cool. I don't know if it's any good or not, but
Yeah.
it's nice, I guess.
Eurypteran. On Ragnarok, Viking Bay. These things are
Oh
awful.
god.
But anywhere else, I'm fine with them.
Yeah, Viking Bay. It's
Also, if we're getting
Scary.
rid of ammonites, I feel like we have to keep these because of black pearls.
yeah for the deep sea black pearls.
And honestly, I'd rather farm Eurypterids for black pearls than ammonites.
than ammonites,
any day.
yeah, for sure.
This is another ASA edition, the Facilosuchus. I am not crazy attached to these. I've heard their taming is kind of buggy. They don't really add too much from what I've heard.
Yeah, those are the ones that live in the dunes, right?
Yeah, they're like sand swimmer crocs.
Yeah. I mean, they seem cool,
I do
but
like...
they also...
Yeah, I like more
just-
crocodiles.
Oh, they're crocodilian.
I don't know if
haven't
they're
looked close
actually
at them.
crocodilians, but it's another Suchus creature.
They seem like just another, like, mid-range predator.
I guess if that's the case, we could put them in undecided for now.
That's true.
Featherlight. I have two thought processes here. I guess we should just talk about all the glow pets right now, because
Yeah, I'm with you there.
I have two ideas. I know for sure that I would want to get rid of glowtails and keep bulb dogs.
Yeah.
Because glowtails you can only find in caves. Featherlight and the Shinehorn, I feel like I'm on the fence. Because, on the one hand, if you have bulb dogs, you don't really need any of the other charge pets. You can just have bulb dogs. But on the other hand, like, I feel like there's nice variety there.
Do all the glow pets right now, and I definitely think keeping the Featherlights.
Okay, I'm
Just
fine with
'cause,
keeping
like,
Featherlight.
They are one of the few flyers. Yeah, I love all the glow pets, but we gotta get rid of half of them.
And then
I mean,
Shinehorn, I think it
but-
really comes down to numbers. I'm gonna move my mic a little closer to me. Just because I realize it's been super far away from me. Ferox. I feel like I wouldn't be too pressed if they were gone, but I do really like them, and they have an interesting, unique mechanic.
Yeah, they have really cool mechanics, I will say.
I feel like we can keep them in undecided for now.
Yeah.
Fjordhawks, they're
The
probably...
Elder
the Elder Fjordhawks and Primal Fear, oh god. Technically, yeah, they're pretty good. Because, like, they can get your death caches for you.
Yeah.
I feel like they're power creepy, and they're just annoying to tame. It's like... And also,
That's
if you're not taming them, they're kind of just annoying. They just fly
Yeah.
around you and eat corpses.
This is bringing up some creatures we haven't talked about yet, but I would much prefer Fjordhawks to Ichthyornis, and also out of like all of the shoulder pets, Fjordhawk fills much more of a niche.
Maybe put these in unsure? Gotcha.
They're funky as hell.
They're funky. I want to keep them, but I don't feel like I'd miss a whole lot.
Yeah, I really feel like the only thing they do that nothing else can do is like let you open a casino or something like that.
Let's go gambling!
We can put it in undecided for now. Galleys.
Galleys.
No. I feel like we can
Yeah.
get rid of these.
Yeah,
They're just annoying to tame, because you basically need, like, a fucking rifle.
don't they need like a chain bulla to
No, I think you
or
can just
I guess
bola
a net
them.
launcher too. Oh, can normal bullas?
I think you can just bola them.
Yeah.
Galley. minus-
Gallo.
No, you do need a net
Yeah.
projectile. You're right.
You could just get a flyer for the same amount of effort.
Gas bags. I really like them. They're kind of annoying to tame without net projectiles. They're good for resource runs. I know in PvP they're good for turret soaking. And also they're just like unique.
I've never tamed one, but I don't play Extinction very often. I know they have really good weight in being a funky little helium balloon. I think keep.
I feel like we have to keep
Yeah,
the bee.
we've got to keep bees. We kept bears. We need to keep bees.
Without bees, how are you getting honey?
The order otherwise.
Or, Crystal
Is there
Isles.
another map? Oh, Crystal Isles too. Yeah.
Yeah, it has that beehive cave, which,
Yeah.
not gonna lie, beehive cave is a good use of in-world harvestable honey. Fjordor rocks are not. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
It's so
Dude,
weird.
It's so weird.
So
What the hell is that?
let
it.
let me pull this shit up. They recently teased.
Bison.
It's a Ragnarok creature. It's the bison. So apparently,
Only the male. Oh wait, no.
I
Just
think
the
it's.
photo.
Oh, I think they have like sexual dimorphism.
Yeah, which is cool. That's cool.
But from what
I
I've
wish we had more of that
seen,
on ARK.
you can milk them, and their milk does something. I think. My thing is, I don't think they're out yet. So like, do we even like include that? That
Yeah, I
seems
feel like we
kinda
just
stupid.
don't include it.
Yeah, Gigantopithecus. Again, it's one of those creatures. I like them. I don't feel like they'd be missed.
That's fair. I do also agree with you that.
Because I know we're going to end up keeping the moss chops later.
Oh yeah.
And the
Yeah,
dire
you
bear.
know me too well.
Alright, so another ASA one, Gigantoraptor. So this is on the island. It's kind of got this like unique taming process, like lure them away from the mom or something. They're kind of neat. I just feel like it's another one of those like ASA creatures that's kind of funky that like, I don't know a whole lot about them, so I feel like I could keep them, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wait till the end. What are these, glow bugs? I think these are
Yeah.
glow bugs. I don't feel like glow bugs need to exist. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they're cool, but yeah, I don't think we need to keep them.
Yeah, I feel like they
I
can
just
go.
use them for Cayenne.
Hesperornis, I wouldn't hate if they were removed, but I do like having them around, so I think we can wait on these. Hyenodons, I don't feel like we need them. The meat pack thing is like...
I think vultures already have...
Also, they're kind of annoying to tame. Ichthyornis.
Get it away from me. Right this instant. What do
Get
you mean you
out
ate
of
my
here.
glass water jar? What is wrong with you?
What do you mean you ate my cryopod, bro? Ichthyosaurus. Personally want to keep these. I like them. I tame them semi-frequently.
They're the friendly little guys of the ocean. Everything else there wants to kill you.
I feel like if we get rid of Ichthyosaurs, it's going to be even worse. Iguanodon.
Iguanodon, we would keep over its alternatives.
Like what?
Off the top of my head, like Trigostego and stuff.
Well, here's the
Mainly-
thing. As much as I love Iguanodons, I do feel like their niche, which is the seeding fruit,
The seeding, yeah.
I don't think that's really useful.
Yeah, actually, I've got it.
And then on top of that, it's like their other niches are like, it's a nice, like, kind of early game herbivore. You've got, like, parasaurs or whatever the fuck that you can use
Oh my
instead.
god, I completely forgot about parasaurs.
And then on top of that, it doesn't use stamina if it's on 4 legs. Just get an Equus. It, like, almost uses 0 stamina. It's great, but I feel like it doesn't have much of a point. So remove the Iguanodon. Jerboa. I feel like we need to keep these. You can't get rid of the Jerboa.
They're super iconic. It's the dodo of Scorched Earth.
Storm, like, stuff. Like,
Yeah.
what would you do without them, honestly? You would just cry when an electrical storm randomly starts.
Yep.
What are these?
Jug
These
bugs.
jug bugs?
Yeah.
Are they? I think we
Keep.
need to keep these.
Yeah.
Early game oil, it's the only way on Scorched.
Mm-hmm.
Caprasuchus.
Caprasuchus.
I think they're cool, like, conceptually and, like, atmospherically. Realistically, I don't think I would miss. In fact, I might even actually be a little happy if they were gone.
As much as I hate dealing with wild ones as a, like, a non-flyer that can grab stuff. But yeah, I agree with you that I wouldn't miss them.
Carcanos. I think we need to keep these. They're amazing for polymer and resource runs, and they're just cool. There's no reason not to keep Carcanos.
Yeah, and with what I just said about Capros, infinitely more important on Aberration.
Oh, yeah.
Where Carcanos are, because there's no flyers.
With a Capro, like, what creature are you going to carry around there? Like a fucking dodo?
Yeah.
But then Carcanos are like, you can carry, like, Ankies and stuff, and it's like, okay, now we're talking. Kentros. I don't think I would miss Kentros.
Yeah, they're so cool. I've never tamed one. I wouldn't miss them.
I don't think we need Kentros in our lives. Lampreys. If they weren't on Aberration, you wouldn't have a way to get, like, Leech Blood. If, hypothetically, you just replaced Lampreys with, like, an Aberrant Leech,
Yeah.
I don't think you'd be losing a whole lot.
I will say them giving you the charge light can be very nice. I do like having parasitic organisms.
I feel like they're too unique to get rid of.
Yeah.
I mean, Leech Blood is a whole thing. I don't mind having leeches in the game. Like, they're kind of annoying, but it's like...
It's a canon event.
Yeah, a canon event of going into the swamp and getting, like, 50 leeches on you.
And then getting jumped by a Capro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you won't get jumped by a Capro.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Leedzictus. So this is another one that's like a canon event.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I feel like we should keep them because canon event with the rafts, and it's like the easiest way to get prime fish. Liopleurodon, don't think they need to stay.
Yeah.
They're cool, but like, when would you ever?
They're also like so rare.
And
Yeah.
only level 5. Like, come on. Lymantria, because they're like one of the few flying options on Scorched. If you don't have Lymantrias, what would you use to get Wyvern eggs? On Scorched, there's no Pteranodons.
I'm kind of assuming that in this they would be replaced by Pteranodons. I like their attack in quotations.
Right, Lystro.
You know that I love them, but we're perfectly fine without them. Oh, this might kill you.
As much as I love Maywings, they're really power crept.
They're very power crept.
They're so power crept and so easy to tame. They just remove the need for a lot of creatures.
They invalidate so many other creatures.
Like, on any map where you have Maywings and Pteranodons on the same map, why would you get a Pteranodon?
Genuinely.
It's harder to tame. Harder to tame, like, food-wise. Trank-wise, it's not that bad. Pteranodon is slower. Technically, it can, like, fly better because like can actually fly instead of glide, but it can hold so much less.
So much less health, stamina.
And then the Maywings do so much other stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
I love them, but I feel like it would be healthy for the game.
They also don't have an oxygen bar, which I know they're platypus things, but that's
Yeah,
insane.
and it's also
after,
like...
after everything else they do.
Yeah.
Magmasaur.
They're kind of just big Ankies with a level 95 saddle.
Yeah.
You know, if they were replaced by Fire Wyverns, I'd be like, sick.
I think we can pretty safely remove them.
Yeah.
Mammoths. I want to keep mammoths. Mammoths are awesome.
Yeah, I like them.
They're wood harvesters, debuff thing, which is really cool. Also, war drum saddle.
Yeah, the war drum saddle is so fun. It's so fun.
Okay, we're keeping mammoths. Easy. Manta. Taming them with angler gel is like...
It's unique.
I don't know. It's
annoying, but it's...
Also, just taming them in general is kind of annoying, just because they're a passive tame, but they're also like underwater, like hostile creatures, which means like they can aggro
it's hard to
onto
maneuver
you.
around them. But
Yeah, Megachalon.
If you got rid of the Megachalon, you'd have to find another way for people to get shell fragments, because you can't make ocean platforms.
it's kind of just a problem they made because of the Megachalon, you know? Like, none of the other platforms take shell fragments.
I mean, it kind of feels the same way with cliff platforms and Funglewood.
And yeah, I was actually...
If shell fragments were on something else, like if they were on Carbonemus or something, I don't know.
yeah, that too.
If they
There's
were on
other stuff
that,
with shells.
I feel like it would be fine if they were gone.
Do you want to put them in undecided? Because a lot of this also goes hand in hand with the other sea platforms.
I agree. I'm fine with that. Megalania. Again, one of those creatures. I love them, but would anything change if they were gone?
Yeah.
Probably
I would tame
not.
them more often if their saddle wasn't like 65
Seven.
or
I think
75 or something.
I think it's like
insane.
71 or something. It doesn't tell me what level it's at.
Too high.
Yeah, way too high. Way too high. Wait. Carryable by Caprasuchus and Procoptodon.
Excuse me?
What the fuck? Pteranodon.
That does not seem right. We might need to try that later.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's insane.
Megaloceros. I think they can go.
And half of them can't even harvest.
Yeah. Megalodon. I want to keep these.
They're iconic, and it's like a decent combat tame before Bacillos.
They also gatekeep the ocean.
Yeah.
I feel like if we're keeping Megalodons, we'd put Dunkleo in undecided.
We'll keep it there for now.
Yeah.
It depends on the map. Aberration, you're keeping these. 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
But the
aberration.
island, you're getting rid of them. 100%.
Yeah.
Which is what makes this difficult. Now what do you use to run Aberration? I guess just a bunch of rock drakes, but that's not ideal. Or I think
like-
you can run Aberration with Spinos too. Or okay, to be fair, run Aberration with a ghillie suit and a shotgun. So like,
Oh, yeah.
I guess this is a kind of a non-issue. They're interesting, but it's just so...
I really like them, but yeah, their niche is filled.
Well, I was just gonna say their niche is the sleepiness at night thing, which is, or at daytime thing,
yeah.
which is like,
Yeah.
Not-
I more meant them being like a mid to large predator.
want to keep these. They're kind of annoying to fight, but they're early game chitin atmosphere.
Yeah.
I feel like they're fine. They're not annoying like the Titanomyrma. They're just fine.
I will say though, when you're like a beach noob, I do agree with keeping them.
Okay.
But on the topic of them not being annoying, if you're a beach noob and like a 150 comes up on you
Oh
after
my
you
God.
killed a dodo and like 3 shots you,
Oh
they
my
are pretty
God.
annoying then.
I will say
But-
it's also another skill check. Megatherium. I want to keep these.
I can't remember what they do to be honest, but
They
I'm still keep them.
are really good at killing bugs, and they get like the bug rage.
Oh, they're the bug. I always get the Megalo and Chalico confused.
Yeah.
I think keep.
They can also harvest like fiber and stuff. Mesopithecus. They're silly, but I think they can go.
They're just like another shoulder pet, you know?
Yeah, and the throwing poop at things never fucking matters.
Yeah,
Microraptors.
I feel like remove.
I want to specify, I like that there's creatures in this game that dismount you from your mount. I think that's a good, like, thing to
Oh,
keep
yeah.
you on your toes. I don't think Microraptor's the way to do it, but I do want to keep Perlovias. So I think if we keep
Yeah,
Perlovia,
I think it's a cool niche in the game.
right, Morellatops. I think they're cool. I mean, I like them.
I think they're cool.
In Scorched Earth, they're pretty nice. I know in ASA, I'm pretty sure they can water crops.
Oh, that's cool.
I think they can stay.
They can stay.
Mosasaurs. Mosas and Plesios.
I forget, do mosasaurs also have a platform saddle?
Yes.
They're both very iconic in and out of ARK. This is tough.
There's 3 sea creatures that I had my mind kind of set on, but not like perfectly set on them.
Yeah.
I want to keep Tusos.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then get rid of Mosas. Thoughts?
I'm not against that. Definitely for keeping Tusos.
Okay, we can keep
But-
Tusos. We'll do that now.
Is there specific reasoning for the Plesios over Mosas?
So
or do you just prefer
Plesios
them?
are kind of in a different tier from Mosas because Plesios saddles and platform saddles, you get them a lot earlier and they're a lot easier to tame. Mosas are kind
Okay.
of like an awkward spot, kind of in the same tier as Tusos. It's
Okay,
like
yeah, I'm with you there.
not as strong as Tusos.
I also do like how Plesios spawn in pairs always. I think
Yeah.
it's just a nice little detail. It's easy to get unless they ask for honey or whatever.
I think it's an
Funky
easy
little
decision.
guys.
Yeah.
Also, they have a nice AoE attack. Like, I've genuinely used them to clear the island swamp cave.
Also, just great way for getting rare flowers, mushrooms, organic polymer.
They're so good.
Yeah, they're amazing.
The poor man's Therizino.
Yeah, pretty much. I feel like we have to keep nameless.
Yeah, we have to keep nameless. We kept Glowpets, and I was gonna say Seeker, but
And
we
also-
haven't done that yet.
Also, rock drakes. If we want rock drakes, we have to keep nameless.
True.
Noglins, nobody fucking uses these.
Yeah.
Or if people do use these, it's in PvP, and
It's
I
in
don't
PvP.
see. Most times I'm on Gen 2, even when I'm like in Rockwell's proliferation, which I think is where they spawn, I like never
Yeah.
see them. Especially in PvE, there's no use for them. Oasasaur.
We're getting rid of that.
I mean, it's a Bob's Tall Tales creature.
Yeah.
So, Onyx.
Onyx.
I don't like these. I think we can get rid of them.
Yeah.
You never tame them. All they do is give you mega rabies. Like, they're not fun. Otters, I think we need to keep these.
Yeah, we need to keep.
On, like, any non-aberration map, this is what you have on your shoulder. Speaking of Oviraptor, I think we can keep these.
Yeah, I think we can keep them.
I think it's a very solid niche for them to fill. Ovis, I think the same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Pecky.
I like them, but
I don't think they need to stay.
yeah.
They really don't. It's like a poor man's trike. Packy Rhino is also like a dollar store trike. It's
It
like
really is.
they're so annoying to tame for no reason. Like, even if you
I
have
don't-
bug repellent, they're just, I think their torpor drain is just so fucking high. So, like, I'm on 1.5 times taming, which is what I'm playing in my single player right now. Look at that. 26 bug
Sweet.
repellent, and you still need narcotics. Because their torpor timer at 150 is
Dude,
3.5
that's
minutes.
insane.
3.5 fucking minute torpor timer.
That's absurd.
Yeah. So, I think
And
we can
for
get
what?
rid of them.
All that for a stinky trike.
Where did I even
Get out of here.
Where did I even put bro? Where did bro go?
Where did you put him? Wait, where did
Where is bro?
he evaporated? Holy.
Wait, now I'm worried. Where did I put bro?
Oh yeah, where is he? Dude, do we need to go back in the recording? Like,
What did I do to bro? Did I drop him
he
somewhere?
was
in
tired of
here?
the slander and just left. Oh, top right of the.
Oh, I see him. Okay. He like ran
Where did
away.
he go?
He knew his fate. Parakeet fish school. I think without
Remove.
without
Oh, wait.
Megachelon. Oh wait, no. Did we keep Megachelon? Oh, we have
It's an undecided.
Because without Parakeet fish school, you can't have Megachelon.
We
Yeah.
could safely toss it.
Parasaurs. I think we need to keep these.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy. Early game, easy to tame. Hegamastics, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to keep these.
Yeah, I want to keep them.
Especially
They're
if
annoying.
we're... Compared to Ichthyornis, they're fine. Like, I'm okay
Yeah.
with them.
That's what I was gonna say. They don't actually obliterate your items like Ichthyornis does.
Right. Pelagornis, why the fuck would you tame them? Like...
Yeah, it's cool that they can sit on the water.
Most maps, when you're flying somewhere, you're not crossing a large body of water. I know I tamed them on the Sunken World for obvious reasons.
Kind of just worse terras.
Yeah, I think we can just get rid of them.
And they only eat fish meat. Get out of here.
Yeah. Phiomia, we can get rid of these guys.
I mean, I love abusing them with stem berries, but other than that, yeah, they're useless.
You can get poop in so many other ways.
Yeah.
You don't
It's-
need the poop machine.
Yeah, you don't need it. It's like, it's nice when you like just get a dung beetle. Otherwise,
Right.
like, it's so niche.
Phoenix. It's iconic, it's cool, but like...
Why? Like, I don't think it needs to exist.
Gonna vote for keeping it mainly because we got rid of Magmasaur.
True.
And they're the only two dinos that act like forges.
I think technically the Pyramane does, but I think we're gonna get rid of that.
Oh,
so
I don't know what that...
I'm gonna keep it an undecided for now.
I didn't know the Pyramane was a thing.
Not a Bob Stalltail creature. It is a creature in ASA that you have to go and buy for $5 on Steam. It's its own thing.
Wow,
I
okay.
think it spawns on Scorched, the Center, and Aberration.
That sucks. That's terrible.
Yeah, it's awful. We hate it. We're getting rid of the Pyramane.
we hate that.
Piranha. I think we need to keep these.
Yeah.
They're annoying, but at the same time, if we're getting rid of Coels...
Yeah. For bodies of water too small for a Megalodon, this is the predator.
Percoptodon. I feel like I never get them, but that's mostly just because they're kind of rare. They're great, and like, if I can find one and tame it, it's really nice. Like, it's really nice. So I kind of want to keep them.
Don't they also carry babies? Yeah, I'm for keeping these.
Okay. Pteranodons.
Yeah, we've talked about this already.
We gotta keep the Pteranodon. I mean, it's the Pteranodon. Yeah. Pulmonous Scorpius. I kind of want to keep these. I don't feel
I want
like
to keep them.
They're good chitin.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they're frustrating both in like mountain areas and in caves. I think they're just healthy. I think they're fine.
Yeah.
Keeping the Quetzal. Raptors. I think we need to keep raptors.
Yeah, too iconic.
I mean, it's a raptor.
It's also a canon event.
Yeah, it is also a canon event. That's true. So here's a tough one, though, is the Ravager. Because I love Ravagers. I'm wondering...
Okay, they definitely are the same niche, but I've got to be so honest. I would rather only have Ravagers than have specifically aberrant raptors because of the pounce attack.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a bug, I think. But
yeah,
honestly, I would honestly be fine keeping both.
Like the tightrope.
Also, they have weight reduction on resources, which is amazing.
We've got to keep Wreath and thing with Nameless and Glowpets. Like,
yeah. Again, you can't get rid of the Rex. Like, come on, man. It's the fucking Rex. You can't have ARK without the Rex. Rhinianatha.
I love the creature design of it. Their abilities, though, are kind of funky, and their taming is, like, so extraordinarily difficult. I'm honestly kind of on the fence about this. I really like how their taming method is, like, parasitic symbiosis type thing.
Honestly,
but also,
I kind of want to keep them.
I'm good with keeping them, yeah.
Rock Drakes, I mean, come on.
Yeah, come on.
We're keeping Rock Drakes. It's not even a contest. Now, here's an interesting one, is Rock Elementals. They're really cool.
This might sound weird, but I know you're going to understand what I'm saying. They're another, like, ambush predator type, and they fill that niche on Scorched Earth.
Yeah.
And then on other maps. It's such a good canon event. Like, if someone doesn't know about these things, and they're just getting stone, and
also,
then, the stone stands up and smacks them. Like,
yeah, a good player will know, like, when it's a rock elemental. Like, on other maps, sure, because other maps don't tend to use that same, like, sandy, like, rock texture.
Yeah.
On Scorched Earth, like, even still, at, like, 5,000 hours, there's a lot of times, and I go smack a rock, and a fucking rock elemental pops out.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to keep these.
I'm definitely for keeping them.
Roll Rats... I like Roll Rats, but honestly...
They're cool, but really...
The only thing I can think of is that they're kind of the only way to get red gems without getting a hazmat suit.
That is true.
I mean, unless you go on, like, a quick suicide run.
Yeah, suicide run.
I kind of want to just wait. Griffins.
They're not a necessity.
Yeah, Griffins are pretty great. I feel like they're just on, like, only a handful of maps, though, so it's like...
Yeah, they're on, what, Ragnarok and then, like...
Fjordur.
Lost Island or something?
I don't know if they're on Lost Island, I have no idea.
I don't know.
I think we can remove them. Sabertooths. They're amazing for cave runs, they're amazing at chitin gathering, but if we're keeping Megatheriums, that kind of solves our chitin problem, and chainsaws. Mm-hmm. And then we have cave runners we're keeping.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if we can get away... Yeah, because we have direwolves. I'm wondering if we can get away with getting rid of sabers.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if we get rid of sabers, we have to keep direwolves. But if we get rid of direwolves, we have to keep sabers.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there.
So I think we're going to tentatively...
sabers are safe to...
Tentatively, we're going to get rid of sabers. Saber-toothed salmon, though, I think we've already discussed we want to keep.
Yeah, we got to keep those.
Prime fish meat. I think they're a really nice touch for like rivers and stuff because they can fuck you up, but play your cards right, they'll probably just fuck off.
They are also pretty.
Yeah, they're also very pretty. I love them. Sarkos. Honestly, I know I talked big game about keeping Sarkos, but this deep in, I'm on the fence. I'm wondering if we just put them in unsure for now. Scouts, they're neat.
They're cool, but
the only thing they do is serve to make enforcers aggro on you, and you can't even harvest them. It's like, I don't think we need
like
scouts.
It's cool, but they could just like adjust how enforcer aggro works, and it would do the same thing.
Seekers.
I feel like we gotta keep Seekers.
I don't want to, because I'm thinking like they could go and like it would be fine. I think it makes Red Zone interesting, you know?
They're like a counterbalance thing, you know?
It makes you have to play that game of lights on versus lights off.
Yeah,
so,
I feel like the counterbalance is needed.
I think we can
Aberration.
tentatively keep Shadowman. I think we can get rid of Shadowman.
Yeah, we can remove that.
They're annoying to tame. They're just strictly an upgrade to most creatures, but you have to go through so much hassle to get them, which, like, technically that's balanced because it's annoying, but it's like, it's not difficult, it's annoying. Because
it's a hassle. You could be, like, pretty much a beach noob with a fish basket and tame one. If you play your cards right.
Shastasaurus from ASA.
I don't know anything about
These are cool, and they're on the center, so I love them. They're not a paid creature. They have like a submarine saddle. I think it's like a tech saddle. I think you need to be level 100 for it. A saddle where there's like an air vacuum, so you can like transport your land creatures like underwater and like put structures there.
So it's like a platform saddle?
It's like a submarine. Like, hold on. I don't know. It seems cool, right? I think I want to keep it. I'm not going to lie. I know a lot of people like them, and it's like a must-tame shoulder mount. I kind of hate that it's just a glider suit and a tech jetpack together.
Yeah, I really don't like how it invalidates.
Also, I guess we're getting rid of the Archaeopteryx, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess there's no other kite-eating creatures in that case. It's cool, but it's like, it's so good, and I don't...
it's too good.
It's like, I feel like it invalidates other shoulder pets, which granted, you could make the same argument about the otter, but...
True. But the otter is like some fortitude, whereas this one is like a tech jetpack and a glider suit. And a glider suit.
Yeah, I think I want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Snow Owl.
Yeah, I want to keep them, but...
We have Daedons here. The gliding...
They have the thermal vision. Oh, they have the gliding as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that everything?
I think that's... Oh, Snow Owl pellets.
Oh, yeah, the pellets.
So, we have Gotcha on the fence. I feel like we need to put Snow Owl undecided for now.
Yeah, put them next to each other.
Yeah, that's true, because... well... Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Oh my fucking Christ. Okay, here.
Just put him... Yeah, okay.
There. Whatever. Spino. I love Spinos. I'm thinking, do we need to keep Spinos if we have Rexes?
Where did we put Baryonyx?
Baryonyx we're keeping Baryonyx.
We're keeping... as much as I love Spinos, I feel like if we're keeping Baryonyx and Rexes, then I feel like...
that's true.
I really like Spinos, but I feel like kind of just a mix between those two.
I think we can get rid of them, which is sad, but...
It's sad, but like, yeah.
It's probably true. Stegos, I think we need to keep these.
Yeah, they're too versatile.
They're kind of a pain to tame, if I'm being honest, but...
Yeah, it's just because of the resource necessity.
Yeah. Text Rider, I don't think anyone's going to contest me on removing them. Summoners. Have you ever been to Rockwell's Proliferation?
I haven't, but I've seen videos of these guys. I would say remove them.
Really?
Just because, like, they're literally summoning other entities.
Yeah,
You could just have more of those, you know?
I really love them aesthetically.
I really like them aesthetically, but
I also
they
know
themselves
a lot of people
don't serve a purpose.
Yeah, I also know... Well, they do. If you pick up Mutagen, they automatically aggro on you.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that part. That's interesting.
Which makes Mutagen kind of risky. I think we just wait.
Yeah.
Because I think we could keep them as frustrating as they are. This is another one where I have two that kind of go hand in hand, which is the Tropio and the Tapiara. I'm sorry, they're literally the same creature. The Tropio is the same thing, but harder to tame and better. Honestly, I kind of want to get rid of the Tropio and keep the Tapiara. Honestly, thinking about it, what if we got rid of both?
Honestly, yeah. It has the 2 extra seats, and then it can strafe and, like,
It is nice. Oh, actually, something we need to
has
think
some
about.
stuff. Mhm.
How are we going to be taming Quetzals? I know some people do different methods. If you're on a map that has Gen 2 engrams, you can just get a net projectile. If you're
Oh
not...
god, the scorpion strategy.
Ugh.
I
I'm
tried
quite
that once, I
fond-
almost cried.
I'm quite fond of using a grappling hook on like an RG. I feel like if you have an RG, I feel like there's ways, it's just kind of annoying. So I think we can get rid of both. We can put the Tape in undecided.
Sure, yeah, we in...
Okay.
Yeah.
Terror Bird. Don't feel like they add too much.
Yeah, they're just
kinda-
another, like... They're kind of like raptors and dire wolves. Yeah, like it's funky that they can flap their wings to a slow fall, but we don't need them.
Right. Fairy... I mean, they're fairies. I think we need to keep them. Feel free to disagree.
I mean, I'm on the fence about it, but I'm okay.
No, I
leaving
can
it in.
I can see why we might be willing to get rid of them. Thorny dragons. I think you need to have thorny dragons.
I mean, I think morel tops are thatch harvesters.
Yeah, they don't do wood.
Yeah,
So I
not
think
much.
I
yeah,
think we need
I
to
think
keep thorny
thornies,
dragons.
yeah. They're also so cute.
Thylas. If we're keeping Perlovias and
Yeah,
we're
that's what I was
keeping
thinking.
dire wolves, I don't know if we can keep Thylas. The
Yeah.
only thing I'm worried about is that if we don't have Thylas and we don't have Aloes, the only thing with bleed damage is going to be the Deinonychus, and that's only on a couple maps. Bleed damage. Oh, Ravagers too, but
Yeah, but that's also a DLC map.
yeah,
I'm gonna say it again. I like that they're another ambush predator.
true. We can put it on undecided. Titanoboa. They're a
I
nice
fe-
source of prime, and they're not hard to kill. But if
Yeah.
you're like new, it's like a skill check. Like if you're
Yeah,
new,
it's a skill check, and also we need snakes. And ARK, the only other one is
Basilisk.
I think keeping them.
Titanomyrma. I think if we're keeping Meganura, these can go.
Yeah.
Titanosaurs. I'm not gonna lie. I think they can go. I don't.
Yeah, they can go.
I don't
They
even-
spawn in the air 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Anyways. Like,
I don't even think PvP players tame these things, bro.
yeah.
Triceratops. I think we.
I feel like as iconic as it is,
Something I want to think about.
We have like stegos and other stuff.
Yeah, something I need to think.
that-
Something we need to think about. Even though we're not PvP players, how many turret soakers do we have?
We have
Because
rock elementals.
Rock Ellies. I think Karkanos take reduced bullet damage.
Yeah, Karkanos take reduced.
Gas bags I know are really good turret soakers.
Mhm.
PvP players, please enlighten us in the comments. If we're
Yeah.
like completely butchering our perspective on your game mode, please correct
Yeah.
us.
I know
Uh,
that Daedons themselves don't, or at least I don't think they themselves do, but they have the healing effect.
I know snow owls
And then-
are like people will use those to like heal up their soakers.
Yeah.
I think-
So we have 2 soakers at least.
Yeah, it sucks, but I think we can toss them. Trilobites, I think these need to stay.
Yeah, these need to stay.
They're trilobites. Like,
The
Troodons.
good canon event. Oh, Troodons are the bad canon event.
Yeah,
Yeah, get out.
They're not even fun to play around.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not even fun like a rock elemental popping out or something. It's just like they sleep you and then they lose aggro. Your torpor goes down to like 5 and then they get aggro again.
right.
And
So-
taming them so hard. And for what?
Yeah. For nothing, pretty much.
For nothing. Is that
Uh,
a turkey?
It's from the Thanksgiving event. I'm gonna ignore these. Velanosaur.
They're really cool. I know they're good for PvP.
I don't know if they're good for PvP. I mean, I believe they might
They
be.
they work like turrets.
I'm sure they are used. Like, if not amazing, then they're like people
Yeah.
can use them.
I would be for keeping them. I don't have a strong opinion on this.
I
I'm
think
just
we can
leaning
just.
towards that.
I think we can just set them down here. Vultures. I like that you can harvest them for spoiled meat.
Yeah,
It's pretty
they're
nice.
very nice for spoiled meat. They're very good for the scorched earth atmosphere.
I think
Um,
they can safely be kept. Woolly Rhino, because like outside of the horns, what do they do?
Yeah, like they have a charge attack.
I think.
I feel like we're safe to remove them though.
Yeah, I feel like they're
I like what they
cool,
have, but
but yeah. Zfactinus. This is another Arc Editions one. I hate these. I absolutely hate them. They spawn like in the shallow waters, zoom at you, and then they like. I think there's like 2 variants, and like one of them like grabs you, the other one latches onto you and makes you bleed. Also,
Oh,
they
that's
can
horrible.
like flop out of water. Like, I've seen people literally do like boss fights with these. So stupid. I hate them.
That's
We're getting
so
rid of them.
weird. Yeah, get rid of that. They look like barracudas to me, which is terrifying.
This is the Yeeling. This is the not paid creature from ASA. As much as I think they're cool, I have not played with them, and pretty much everyone I talk to who plays ASA says that these are horrible. They shouldn't, that they're just like bad in practice and annoying. I don't think I've heard a single person have a good experience with these. So I think for the health of the game, I think it's safe to remove them.
I've never experienced with them, so I'm gonna trust your expertise.
It's not really my expertise, but yeah.
It is your expertise.
Sure, whatever. Uranus, I think we need to keep these.
Yeah, we gotta.
I mean, they're UDs. They have the roar.
Rah.
Mantis, I also think
We gotta
need to-
keep.
Mantis.
They're so cool.
Mantis.
I don't know why they spawn with stun prods sometimes in their inventories, but I'll take it.
They just drop weapons, which I think is funny.
I know, but it's so funny how often they have stun prods.
Okay. I don't know if any of these four are in ASA. I think the Dinotherium might be. I don't know about the Brachiosaurus. I don't think the Brachiosaurus is. I'm just gonna ignore these three, and I'll just put the Dinotherium, which these guys are basically just like mammoths, but they have a pack boost.
Strange.
And also they drink beer for taming, and it's kind of awkward. Also,
Amen to that, but
also they
I
spawn
don't
in
think-
like grassland spawners, so like you can find them on like beaches and shit in some of the like east zones, which is really annoying because they are hostile.
oh, they're hostile.
Yeah, so I kind of want to get rid of these.
Yeah.
So if we have 21 that we're not sure on, and we have 78 that we're keeping and 74 that we're cutting, there's an odd number, which I did not expect. So for reference, we're at 74 that we're cutting and 78 that we're keeping. So we're going to have to cut more of these than we'll keep. So
Okay.
which are the easiest ones to cut? I think
The Dune Croc, I don't remember the name.
Facilosuchus. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can cut Facilosuchus. I think that's fine. I think we can cut Shinehorns.
Yeah, we can cut Shinehorns.
I like Dimorphodons, but I think they need to go.
Yeah, I feel like we're cutting a lot of the small flyers. We might go back and like count up, see if we added any, because I'd like to have at least one of the small flyers.
Yeah, and we can tweak things once they're
Yeah.
all sorted. Let's keep him here for now. Would you be hurt if I cut the Arenio? Because, like, what cave creatures do we have
Yeah,
in
what
this
did we keep?
theoretical? We
'Cause
have
we got rid of
Arthros.
Megalosaurus, right?
Yeah, we have
Is it only
Arthros and Scorpions.
And then I guess
Dilos,
technically Meganura.
Meganura, and Dilos,
I
Scorpions.
feel like Pulmonoscorpius close enough fills the niche.
Yeah, also dung beetles.
I feel like Aranios are fine getting rid of, mainly because of Pulmonoscorpius. They're both arachnid.
Yeah.
It's close enough, I guess.
I was gonna say, I think we can cut Deinons and keep Thylas.
Okay, yeah. I'm good with that.
Okay.
As much as I love phoenixes, and I mentioned earlier how we got rid of
Magmasaurs.
Magmasaurs.
Yeah.
I almost said Megalosaur. It's not really a necessary niche. Like, you
Yeah.
would just get forges. It's really cool, but I think it's fine being cut.
I agree. Honestly, now the more I'm thinking about it, the more I think we can cut these, maybe.
Yeah. Like, they're cool. I like them, but
Also, it's not like their taming method is too unique when we already have otters. I'm gonna say this again. I want to cut Fjordhawks.
same thing with Dimorphodon. Go back up to the top. How many small flyers do we have?
We have Featherlights on Ab,
Is it-
Vultures on Scorch.
vultures. Yeah.
I think, honestly, we can cut Fjordhawks if we keep Dimorphs.
Yeah, because Dimorphs are on more maps.
When's the last time you needed so much oil on mass?
I've
As
gotta
much
agree
as
with
it,
that.
as much as it pains me, I think we can cut Dunktheos. Do you think we need a third or a fourth flyer? Because Tapiara,
I would rather keep Tapiara than Lymantria. If
I mean,
Terra would replace it, fine.
if that's what it is, so I think we cut Lymantrias, we keep Tapiaras.
Do we have any Crocs kept? Can't remember.
Oh, I don't think we do.
I mean, we have the Baryonyx, which is vaguely crocodilian.
I think we
but
keep Sarko.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, we gotta keep at least a croc.
Right.
What does the ostrich-looking one do again?
Oh, the Gigantoraptor. Oh my god, there's so much text. Babysitter. Place babies in the saddle. It'll act as a feeding trough, so it's like a Maywing.
Yeah, and we did get rid of Maywings.
We did get rid of Maywings, that's true. While in the saddle, you can care for your baby by feeding it food from your last item slot and cuddle it using the reload menu. Or take it for a walk by just walking around on your Gigantoraptor. Huh. Oh, once per imprint cycle, you can use the Gigantoraptor's roar to change the imprint requirement of any nearby babies needing care.
Oh.
Which, I guess if you're on PvP where you have the cryopod cooldown, that is quite nice.
This actually seems very nice. Not like broken.
Gigantoraptor loves to show babies how to hunt.
What?
Killing the enemy within the 5-minute time limit. Increase the bonding of the baby. What's the bonding do? Bonded dinos are indicated. What does the bond do? This is so complicated.
Yeah, I will say this seems a little complicated.
I honestly, I'm tempted to cut this just because it's so much for one creature.
We cut most of the complicated stuff. Like, I know we use S Plus a lot, but without that, the Gigantoraptor seems very handy.
It does. I'm gonna wait on Gigantoraptor. I think we should keep Gotcha and Snow Owl.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Okay.
I feel like we can cut Ferox and Volanosaur.
I'm moderately okay with that.
I kind of want to keep Theries. How often Theries are used for, like, dragon fights?
Yeah. What other herbivore boss creatures did we keep?
I don't think... I mean, mammoths, but I don't think you can run...
Mammoths.
I don't know if you can run dragon with mammoths. That seems... like
yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
I
if you
think
have
they're
good
too
saddles.
big.
Y'all are still on this shit.
Yes, we are still
We
on
are,
this shit.
yes.
It's
Dude,
been
I finished
2.5
my homework
hours.
4.5 hours.
2.5 hours. Not that long.
Oh,
Oh my god.
yeah, I finished my homework, I took a shower, I went to Sonic and got a drink.
I mean,
did
there's
my
a lot.
We're
okay?
we're almost done with this. We're on the last
Yeah,
4
we're almost
creatures.
Okay. You're
More.
removing the fucking Maywing?
It's because
Because
it's power crept and it's like...
It invalidates.
Look at your
Flyer.
profile picture.
I know, we've had this discussion. We
Yeah.
talked about this.
Yeah, we
There's a lot of
go back
things-
and watch the video after he posts it.
I'm thinking remove Theory because... Or
Amen,
no,
brother.
not remove.
Not amen.
I'm thinking keep Theory because it's on more maps than, like, these two.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so we can keep Theory.
I feel like out of these three, the Gigantoraptor serves more purpose than the other two.
Okay, I'm gonna pitch something. Gigantoraptor and Mole Rat cut Summoner.
I'm good with that, yeah.
Okay. Huh, comprehensive list is done.
Yeah.
So I'm going to save or download. Ooh, okay, it's big.
Yeah,
I
it is.
might have to... Oh, God. Can I scroll
Oh my
up, please?
God.